Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video, as always. So Ghost of Tabor is my VR jam. That's my shit. It's my favorite thing to play, period, right now. And in general, I enjoy any kind of shooter on VR or on flat screen. But recently, one of my friends has introduced me to another VR shooter that is in App Lab currently, and it was only $10. So I was like, hey, I'll waste $10 on a good time, you know what I mean? And so I picked up this game. It's called Tactical Assault VR. It's not, super new or anything, and I'm not the only person playing it or discovering it. Um, but I thought I'd talk about it a little bit. And my initial impressions, hands-on reviews, you know. So get ready for that. And again, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye. Okay, so right off the bat, graphically, let's just start graphically. I have not done a deep dive into this game or its developers. I don't know what their long-term plans are. If this is their end game for graphics or if this is just placeholder. So first thing off the bat is the graphics are going to be your more simplistic graphics, a little more Minecrafty, Roblox, that sort of blend of not realistic but not exactly Minecraft. You know what I mean? So, and you'll see that. So there you go. I'll try to cut some of those out, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, the gameplay is probably where the game is going to shine mostly. That being said, I've only got a few hours, maybe 3 hours tops, playing, and maybe an hour of that was not playing the game. So take that for what it is. Back to the gameplay though. It is I described it as the I described it as Rainbow Six Vegas terrorism mode, where you went in and just cleared out terrorist AI bots. It's pretty much that in VR. You are breaching doors, you're clearing, it's very CQB. That is the name of the game. And you have equipment and whatnot, and you can play with up to 4 players, so you can all specialize in a different, equipment. And you basically go in and you clear out terrorists. You have a hostage mode where you can, save hostages. You have a mode where you are just going in and getting intel, finding an item and extracting. And then there are modes where you're looking for an actual person, a target, and you have to find them, demask them, and identify them, and then get out. And the gameplay is pretty solid. As far as handling your weapons, moving around, all that shit goes, it's really solid. The gunfighting is as you would expect. You just have to, like I mentioned earlier, you have to kind of let the graphics go. If you're in it for some kind of 4K high resolution, it's just not there yet. But if you're in it for gameplay and you like CQB, squad shooting, and taking out terrorists and rescuing hostages, breaking down doors, this is sort of a game for you. I would say for $10 on VR, you can't go wrong. Typically, if a game is under $15, I consider it worth buying and trying if you are on the fence, but you think you like that sort of game style. And this would definitely fall into that category. It's not perfect. It's not super involved or anything, at least yet. Like I said, it's an app lab, which means it's still basically like a beta or an alpha, and it's not in its full release form yet. Which again, I don't know if this is what they're looking at for graphics or not, but the gameplay is solid, and it makes up, in my opinion, for the graphics. Otherwise, you do have a multiplayer mode. It seems to be pretty much your typical multiplayer. I haven't played any of it, so I can't really talk about it. I believe it's like a squad-based deathmatch type deal or free-for-all on the same sort of maps. As far as the maps go, again, I haven't played too much, but there has already been at least 3 different maps that I have played on that were, felt different and worked for the game type. There's also sort of like a practice hub, I guess you could call it, where you can kind of control what mode you're doing and what's going on, like real time. You can reset the enemies, you can reset the hostages and the everything about it. And again, I didn't dabble too much. My friend who's been playing it, he controlled all that, and I just kind of came along for the ride. And it actually has already become part of our regular gameplay. So we will play Ghost of Tabor, and then we will usually switch to this now. And it's a nice little, versus bots, but actually we do worse in this game than we do in Ghost of Tabor. So I don't know what that means, but if you want that more realistic style and more, graphically pleasant, then you want something more like Ghost of Tabor. But for my money, $10 is, not too big a deal when you're having a decent time in VR. And that is exactly what this is. And if it's only going to get better and it's only going to get worked on more, then, I'm here for it. So that's my review. I guess you could call it my initial hands-on impression of Tactical Assault VR. Very basic. It's a CQB shooter. You've got your utilities, your meds, your loadout. You get to pick everything that you want before you load in. If you die, you can reselect your loadout. It's no big deal. It doesn't have a lot of customization options, but there are some. You can mess with your character a little bit, and you can definitely mess with how your vest and your character's loadout is set up. You can change all of that, and that was pretty cool. It has a few little things you would expect from a game that's still in the app lab, and other than that, it is a really fun game loop. And really, there's something about busting through doors that is just fun. And when you're doing it in VR, it's just another level. So that's my 2 cents. If you're into shooters, you're into CQB, and you like to play VR games that are affordable, and if you don't like them, you don't feel like you wasted a bunch of money, Tactical Assault VR. That's my review. It ain't special, but it ain't bad either. I'd play it, and I do. I added it to my lineup, and it fits just fine. I can go from Ghost of Tabor to this and back. No issues. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye!
Hey, your mom wants you to subscribe if you could.